morning, Bristol students and staff.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Today for lunch, we're having chicken tenders, salad, roll, and fruit.
This week is Spirit Week. Today is Bikers for Surfers, and tomorrow is Spirit Wear to show your Bristol power.
Any of you nerds who are interested in taking the PSAT, see Mrs. Billick. Everything is $18 and must be turned in by tomorrow.
Attention 9th and 12th graders, if you're interested in Big Bros, Big Sisters, see Miss Billick on October 7th.
Speaking of October 7th, Drama Club will be holding auditions for Alice at Wonderland after school in the cafeteria.
The homecoming game is Friday at 5 p.m. Facing Badger at home.
Don't forget, the homecoming dance is on Saturday. Get your boogie on, Bristol, but nothing illegal.
The girls' volleyball team has a game at Matthews. The pink game, JV, will start at 5:30. Go support them and wear pink.
The varsity boys have a soccer game at Tuning at 4:30.
The varsity girls also have a soccer game at Pontuning Valley at 6:15 p.m.
So good luck to all of our teams.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Soundcheck, where I'm a man of my word, and I'm not wearing the jacket this time. I guess the theme of this episode is subversiveness. Anyway, anyhow, and anywhere, I'm back with 3 more albums that I'm going to talk to you about today, so I guess let's just not waste any more time. I'm excited about this episode. I'm jumping in hot with 2003's Quebec by the band Ween. Yes, the group that made Ocean Man. This album is a turn away from the pristine-sounding music on White Pepper, which came out 3 years prior, and a turn back towards varied, eclectic, and certainly a little dirty take on alt-rock. We have psychedelia, folk, and hints of progressive rock all throughout this expansive 55-minute album, and it's just really fun to listen to. Jane and Dean Ween are great songwriters, and they can really nail any genre they put their mind to. My personal choice for an album highlight is the penultimate track, The Argus, which has most of that prog influence, but it's really just an excellent album full of Let's move on from one oddball to yet another oddball, the 1998 album Rushes by The Firemen. The Firemen are an experimental ambient duo composed of former Killing Joke bassist Youth and Paul McCartney of the Beatles. And again, as previously mentioned, this is an ambient album. Now, when I hate with the idea of an ambient album made by a former Beatle in 1998, your expectations probably aren't the highest, but the weirdest thing about this album is that it's really good. Paul is just one of those extremely versatile musicians who can really do anything he wants to, and I think this album is proof of it. I mean, what, did you think I was going to listen to one of his operas? No! Just a very cool feeling album. That's what I really like about it. I like the track Bison. It's slightly more industrial leaning with the distortion, but it's a great taste of how the album sounds. And last but not least, I am ending strong with one of my personal favorite albums, period. Randy Newman, the songwriter behind the classic You've Got a Friend in Me, had a prominent career in the 1970s as a singer-songwriter, and I think his 1972 album, Sail Away, is the perfect introduction to this leg of his career. As with his other 1970s albums, Randy Newman has a really cynical style of songwriting, but it's contrasted here with a certain energy and playfulness that makes it just a joy to listen to. Every single song on this album is excellent, no doubt, but if I had to choose one specific highlight, I'm giving it to the nostalgia-tinted Dayton, Ohio 1903, Blood My Blood. It's about Ohio. And it is a beautiful track. It's perfectly in line with something he'd write for the Toy Story soundtrack. And again, just a great album.
Spend a day in Dayton, Ohio, on a lazy.
And that's the way it is. This episode was a lot of fun. Thank you all for tuning in yet again. And if you tune in next time, I won't be sitting in this seat. Thank you and good night.
And
Have a great day, Bristol! Why are you holding on to me?